A young man here who is most known as the sidekick of Brian Weber, who used to be on KMBR for a few times. No, Kordell Stewart has a new show with Brian Weber. Is this young lady your publicist or what?
She's just like our show is. She's everything.
No,
she does it all.
Jack of all trades. In a very pleasant way.
No,
she's the best sidekick we've had yet today. No, really, holy God.
And honestly, she's been my best.
Kordell. She's with you?
She's she's
Kordell.
Yeah.
Kordell.
Well, that's how we do over there at TuneIn. We get the right people in place to make sure as we go about our business that we do it the proper way to keep people like you in tune. So
no, goddamn, no, very good. No, because Brian Weber's still single, right? No, Brian used to be on our station.
He made it understood that he was single. I said, dude, what are you waiting on to have children? Because I have a 12-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Brian, what's going on with you? I said, you talking about getting married or whatever? Because we're talking about that housewife stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And so he said, for the reasons that you had a divorce. I said, but no, you've never done it before, though. And you're not getting any younger. You have to be about 55 years old. He said, Kordell, I know I come across that way. He said, but I'm only 45, 46 years old. I said, make up your mind. Which one is it?
We went to Stanford.
He's a Stanford guy, too. So, he's such a genius sometimes. He drives me nuts.
Yeah,
but,
Kordell Stewart is well known, of course. You were one of the first, a little bit. That's Spencer Tillman walking by.
Got the camera moving around.
Hey, thank God you didn't go to Channel 5. I would have been done 10 years ago. That's Spencer Tillman.
Hey, look, broadcasters know they fit into categories. That guy doesn't fit into a category. He creates one. That's the one and only Gary.
Well, Dan, you hang around there a little bit longer. Hey, okay. Hey, that's true. No, Spencer almost came for a job here in the city.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be talking as loud if he had stayed. He's good. Yeah.
No, he is really good. I've listened to him a few times.
But you made your name as Slash, of course, with Pittsburgh. Are you still Slash?
Yeah, I'm still Slash. I mean, it'll never be forgotten. And the beautiful thing about it nowadays, what we see when it comes to the mobile quarterback in the National Football League, is that those young men that are mobile quarterbacks don't have to do the things I did.
Yeah.
I played wide receiver, was one of the best on the team, was really recognized throughout the National Football League because of those talents. That was just something I did because I wanted to help out.
Did it bother you when you early in your career they said play both?
No, it didn't bother because, you know what? I voluntarily asked could we help because Johnny Barnes, who played with the San Diego Chargers, played wide receiver. Charles Johnson, who was my receiver in Colorado, got injured. So the list became very small of, us being able to do our 4 and 5 receiver sets. So I asked, could I help in some capacity? I started my first play was against Jacksonville in Pittsburgh, quarterback draw. Neil O'Donnell was lined up on the outside of Yancey Thigpen, 5 receiver set. I had like a 20-something yard gain on 3rd and 17. The rest was history. The next week we play Cleveland. I run from one side of the field to the other. Myron Cope calls me Slash. And before you know,
I was going to say the late Myron Cope, the longtime voice of the Pittsburgh Steelers, gave you the Slash moniker.
Yes, he did.
It stuck. And, I remember watching you in the big house against the Wolverines going up top to Westbrook in mid-90s?
Yeah, that was 94. 94 season, and
that was probably when you first started getting big-time national acclaim. I
had the chance to be all Big 8 going into that season, and then
that was a Sports Center moment of the year.
It was, and that was a year where all the seniors were getting the respect. And Rashawn Salam was touted for being one of the Heisman Trophy candidates. In Colorado at the time. So myself, Michael Westbrook, Christian Fourier. Okay, remember those names?
Sure. McCartney did a nice job recruiting back in the day.
Oh, phenomenal job. The recruiting class was absolutely special. And so it came down to that one play, and I would say probably one of my most memorable games in college. And it came down to the one play in the big house, a place that when I was a kid watching them play against Notre Dame. Okay,
100 plus.
Right? 100 plus. And our stadium I think it was 50 to 60,000 in Boulder at Folsom Field, maybe. But to see 100+ thousand, and guess who was my sideline reporter?
Go ahead.
Lynn Swan with ABC.
Oh, yeah,
really?
Sure.
Yeah.
So
he was one of the first sideline reporters.
Yeah, sideline reporter. So I had the opportunity to feel the greatness of every single thing.
That's cool.
That trip.
Yeah. Kordell Stewart is our guest. You got a gut feeling for Sunday?
It's going to be a good game. That's about as good as the gut can get.
So Denver's going to be able to hang with them then.
Here's the deal. Let me give you some numbers here, and I'm not a statistician.
Well, we get Brian Weber if we needed numbers,
right? But when you think of that guy, give you all kind of stuff.
I know.
When you think of the defense of the Denver Broncos, they were a team that would give up the fewest points.
Yeah.
They have the best record. giving up the fewest points in the league.
Right.
But yet you have a Carolina defense that when they catch interceptions or turnovers, they score points.
Yeah.
So they lead the league in that department as well.
Yeah.
So I think regardless of what the paper says, who's number one or who's number two, I think that part is a wash.
Yeah.
I think now it comes to offense. Who can keep the drives alive long enough to score touchdowns? Because you know and I know, when watching the Super Bowl, the game could get out of control real quick if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Are you surprised Cam in this offense has been as good? I mean, they lost Kelvin Benjamin in the preseason.
Yeah.
Didn't have him. They don't have a bevy of awesome receivers.
Well, when you go,
but they got a really good offensive line, and they get Cam.
When you go off the trend of how normally it is at the wide receiver positions when you make it this far in the postseason, yes, it is something that I think everyone's shocked about.
Yeah.
But the key to it is similar to how Bill Belichick does his system there in New England. Everybody on offense understands their role. They don't have D'Angelo Williams anymore helping out Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah.
He's doing it by himself. You have Ted Ginn on the outside, Jr., who came from Miami, went to 49ers, had a few drops in Carolina, but still make the big enough plays to help this team win. He has his go-to tight end and slash receiver in Greg Olsen, who catches the ball anywhere in the little area that he can get his hands on the ball. He ends up catching them, and Cam just does his thing.
Yeah.
And the offensive line, no one gives him enough credit, but they protect him a lot, and they're as physical as any team, any offensive lineman in the National Football League. So going against this defense with Von Miller on one side and DeMarcus Ware on the other, I think this matchup with their quarterback running the football as well as he does, I think this probably will be a phenomenal matchup when it comes to who has the best defense and who has an offense that has a great offensive line, but no one's really giving them respect because of things we're talking about.
Where can we hear you and Brian?
Well, Brian and I, just like
because you're good on
role,
the air. No,
well, just like my role, it was very diverse. I could do anything that I wanted to do on a football field, regardless of what they asked me to do. With our show, it's called No Huddle on TuneIn.
Okay.
And what we do 24 hours, 7 days a week, we allow fans from across the country to listen to any one of their football teams in any sports venue. So, for example, if you were on at midnight, if you're on in the mornings, they can go from anywhere in the world. They can find you and listen to every single thing that you're talking about. And our show, No Huddle, is on Monday through Friday from 1 to 4 Pacific and 4 to 7 Eastern.
Great.
We talk everything sports.
We just had Jerry on. He's a great golfer. I'm hearing you're a great golfer.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You scratch?
My golf
game
is not as diverse as our station and my football game was. Yeah. But I played to a 2 at one time, and now I'm a 6. Jerry has declared being a professional. I'm smart enough to not do that. I prefer to maintain my amateur status.
Okay.
And so right. I don't want to be put on the spot every single time I play.
You want to be able to compete in the Olympics.
I want to
Thank
be
you.
able to compete that kind of stuff.
Hey,
so I'm holding myself here.
Hey, before I go, my wife and I, that's why I asked you before, because I wouldn't have said anything except, damn, you're doing good for yourself.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm
just say that. Excuse me, young lady. No, really, he's upgraded. But the point is, my wife, every time we watch the show, Housewives of Atlanta, she says, that quarterback gave Portia a career.
Yeah, I did. You know, let her tell it. She did it on her own.
No. But she wouldn't get on unless she was Kordell's wife.
Can you please call the Atlanta stations and tell them
but
B103 with Tigger and, Ryan Cameron and those guys. But, the beautiful thing about that is, and unfortunately, it came to, an end. But, in life, it's all about being happy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that she's happy, truthfully.
But she was more. Let me guess. She's more interested in a career and promoting herself than
152.5 million%.
Yeah,
the truth.
Yeah.
Yes. And so.
No, but are you guys married? Or
this is his handler.
We're diverse here.
No, you upgraded. No, that's why I even brought it up.
I'll put it to you this way. These are the kind of people I have around me. Great people.
Okay, well, whatever. Great people. Now you're giving me BS.
He's ogling.
He's terrific.
He's ogling.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you talk about TuneIn, the fans can get this app for free. It's free of charge. Yeah. And honestly, if the game is played in London and you're in London watching the next game that's played, if you want to cover something here, even you guys, if you want coverage of any local station, international station, you can find that through the app with TuneIn, and it's free of charge. Right. You don't have to worry about anything. And if you can't catch it live, because that's what we are, we're live, you can get it on demand and get the recaption of everything that we talked about.
Well, we know Brian. I was messing with him a little bit, but he's a smart guy, and he's got a personality.
And you said he got cut off the Little Leagues team.
You tell him I said that, and every once in a while you want to relate to the audience, mess up his hair a little bit.
Mess it up a little bit?
Just so he looks
Give
like
him
a regular
Jimmy Jones
guy.
type deal?
Oh,
no, don't do that.
Don't do him that?
No, don't
don't
do
need
it that
a cup
way.
of water and report on it?
No.
Okay.
All right,
I'll let him
Kordell.
live.
Nice to see you.
Fellas,
Good to
thank
see you.
y'all.
Congratulations.
Enjoy the Bay, by the way. Enjoy the Bay.
No, really.
Yeah, no,
Because every
thank you,
time
man.
I see Porsche, because I relate to you from
Yeah,
the football.
I got you.
And I said, geez, you want to have somebody talk about themselves all day long?
Yeah.
And I'm going to. Now, today I got to get in a fake fight with Nene and all that
Yeah,
crap.
right.
No, you don't want that crap.
Well, the funny thing is Deion said the same thing you're saying. It's like he's happy, to see me doing my thing. But every time he watched that TV, he kind of squint his face a little bit. Because, like, if it wasn't for that dude, she wouldn't be on there. But let her do a thing. We're separated. We're not together. Bye.
Deion backpedals better than me, but we know our reality shows.
You know what is the real deal, right?
All right, we'll take a break here. The great Kordell Stewart. You can hear him with former KMBR employee Brian Weber, now spraying his hair with Kordell on the Sports Leader. All right.